guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 3 of the Ask Joaquin Anything Show, or is this like a YouTube series now? Also, you might have realized I changed my alpaca. This is actually J4. J5, after I turned off the camera, he started yelling at me. Of J5.
My name is Jeff.
No, your name is not Jeff. It's J5.
My name is Jeff.
I bought you. I paid my money to go to the global round, and now you're disrespecting me. What? And I got really annoyed, so he's out. I'm not showing him anymore on the video.
My name is Jeff.
Just shut up! Okay, so something interesting about the number 3 is that it takes you 3 minutes to die if you don't have any oxygen. It takes you 3 days to die if you don't have any water, and it takes you 3 weeks to die if you don't have any food. Also, a quick announcement to make. I am now on TikTok.
I walk around like that.
I will be posting 1 video a day there. Definitely check it out. You can find the link in the description down below. I am also putting all of my YouTube videos on a podcast, the Ask Joaquin Anything podcast. Basically just all the channels, all the videos I make here for WSC will go there. So if you don't have data to watch my videos on the bus, you can just plug in, download the podcast. It really will help you succeed, because you have that consistency of listening to the strategies and listening to the content on a daily basis without the need to actually sit down and watch the video. So I'd strongly recommend you go to that podcast. I'm still figuring out the technical aspect to actually uploading audio files to the podcast. I'm going through a few difficulties. However, I'm figuring it out. It should be up in a few days from the time I post this video. And I'm also changing up my Instagram a little bit, posting a lot more there now, videos. I'm just chunking down these videos, as well as, again, TikTok. Follow it down below. Okay, so the first question I got is, hey, I just wanted to know, when you go through the syllabus, is it a must to go through the additional cases and guiding questions? Keep up the great content on your YouTube vid. Okay, so the answer to that question is very simple. In the regional round, I'd say approximately, I'm not entirely sure on this because it varies from the past 3 regional rounds I've been at. I'd say approximately 80% of all the content you get in the challenge and in the bowl is from the terms. Basically everything that isn't the additional questions. I mean, there are a few questions, especially in the bowl, that have to do with the additional guided question, meaning that ending slot of the syllabus. However, it's not that much. But in the globals, and especially in TOC, I think TOC, there's just so much. In globals, I'd say approximately 50% of all the questions you're gonna get in the challenge and in the bowl have to do with the additional cases and guiding questions of each subject. I'd say like 75% of all the questions you get there have to do with the guiding questions. Of course, the rest of the curriculum is very important, but the guiding questions are just really important. I think the main reason why is the Scholars Cup does this specifically to see who went through the entirety of the curriculum, because most people don't actually end up studying that part. And I'd have to argue it is the most important thing you have to know for the globals and TOC rounds. So answering the question, yes, please study those. It is very important, especially if you're going to a global round or to a TOC round, but they also appear in the regional round as well. So make sure to study those. Okay, this next question, I've gotten a lot of times actually. This is probably the 4th or 5th time I've gotten this question, okay? How do you manage everything? And you talked about having good habits, but how do you have the time to answer all the messages from around the world and have time to excel in WSC? As isn't it tiring? Okay, answering this question, let me show you something fun. Okay, so what you see on the screen right now is basically my schedule. I set it up myself because it works very well. I find that a schedule, I always have something to do and I know exactly what I should be doing at what time. So I work almost all the time from Monday to Saturday, and Sundays is the day where I go out with friends, I chill, I have some fun. But basically every day of the week and Saturday, I spend literally the entire day working. And it just shows how much effort you have to put into this stuff, mainly because I'm also doing IB and I have to succeed in Scholars Cup. But the main strategy to managing everything is to putting your 100% energy in the one task you are doing. Meaning that if you're trying to do schoolwork, when it's time to study in class, you shouldn't be talking with your friends, because ultimately the time you waste when you're talking to your friend is time that you're gonna regret having to catch up on in your free time. And what is really interesting about this is that your brain has to get in this state of flow, meaning that it's completely focused and completely productive on the one task you're working on. How to get to that is to basically keep working and keep focusing for up to like 10 to 15 minutes straight. So if your attention is constantly being fractured by your friends and people around you during the school day, you're wasting a bunch of time that you could have spent doing focused work, trying to get back into that state of flow. So once you start understanding that, you have to know, okay, I have to always be in this state of complete and utter focus when doing my priorities, when doing work, and when doing schoolwork, WSC, and just basically everything. In fact, before I filmed this video, I actually spent 2 hours straight. I took 3 breaks in the middle, but 2 hours straight writing an English essay and doing a bunch of grammar practice, because I have to improve that for my IB in school, and it's not something I'm really good at. And you can even see here, I have SAT next, and I practice, I have review for exams. What's funny is it's September right now, and I'm reviewing for exam, because the consistency matters a lot, and in the future, I'm gonna save so much time by reviewing right now for the things that I'm most likely gonna not remember at my IB exam. And the same is true with Scholars Cup. If you start studying a little bit every day, you don't have to study workloads right before the competition, and it really helps with your consistency, and you even get more questions right. So when it comes to actually answering all the messages from around the world, I answer all of my DMs on the bus ride to my school. I probably spend 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes from 7:20, around 7:20, 7:30 all the way to 8 until I get to school. That's when I respond to my DMs. And I do that every day, and I don't look at my Instagram DMs at all. I avoid looking at them for the rest of the day, and I only answer it in that specific period. And that's how I sustain this level of focus. It's by keeping concentrated on that one task during that blocked out period, and then everything else will work out around that, and you should be absolutely fine. And plus, helping other scholars is really fun for me right now, so I have the entire system set up to help me achieve everything I want to achieve while being organized and knowing exactly what I have to be doing at exactly what time. So there have been a lot of people commenting on the last Ask Joaquin Anything. They wanted science, please finish science, please finish social, please finish special area. Okay, my goal, since I post 1 video a week around the content, around the curriculum, around the content of WC, should be finished special area, literature, science, and socials approximately by October. Planning on doing science in September and finishing off literature then, and then I should be getting around to socials. Also, like, I filmed these videos probably like 4 months ago now, so the quality is like kind of like sketchy. It's not the best at the moment. Again, I'll do my best to get through that. I'll try to get special area done, but that's another 6 hours of editing. So I should have them done by October to help you guys who are going to TOC. So that is my plan moving forward with the curriculum. Okay, so the next question comes from an email by Celine. It says, can you please share your experience in the TOC, please? So my experience in TOC, I went in 2017 with the school. I found it extremely fun. I'd say Yale is a really nice university. You should definitely go. You have a lot of fun there with my friends. Compared to the global round, I'd say that the global round is just more fun in general. I've barely gone to Asia. From TOC 2 years ago, I remember meeting a bunch of people, the entire experience, as well as doing the exam and all the studying, the challenge. I can't speak today. I'd say the classrooms are just absolutely amazing. They're beautiful. It kind of looks like a type of Harry Potter, actually, and it was really fun meeting new people, practicing in that, doing the challenge in the area, doing all the debates. Yeah, I have a lot of memories there. And the US, so if you've never been to the US, it's amazing. And plus you get to explore the nearby universities like Harvard and MIT, as well as if you stay a few more days, you can go down to New York. It's really not that far. It's probably like a 5-hour drive from Yale. You can see other universities such as Columbia, NYU, and just experience the East Coast of the US. But if you are going to TOC, I hope you enjoyed it. It's extremely fun, and as always, I wish you the best of luck. Okay, and this final question is by Preksha Rungta. Hopefully I pronounced that right. It's, can you please make a WSC checklist for success or things to do before globals? Okay, so a checklist to success, the thing, a basic framework you have to follow to almost guarantee just high scores in general. I'd say like top 30 teams at least, top 40, top 50 teams. This is what you should do if you want to reach that high level. Okay, I would strongly suggest you, number one, have at least 3 subjects completely nailed down. That means knowing all the specifics of all the guiding questions, of all the additional terms, of all the terms, literally everything in that curriculum and in that subject, in those 3 subjects, you have to have nailed down. You have to understand every single bullet point of that subject area, including the names of famous figures, as well as tons of important events. As I talked about before, the questions at the end, the additional study, case study, and questions, make sure you have those nailed down as well. I said 3 here. I would strive, if you can, get all 6 completely nailed down and have all your other teammates do that as well. And number 2, make sure you have them all memorized. By this I mean knowing the exact definitions, having that completely nailed down, having all the dates memorized, having everything around the figures memorized, because that is key information that you're gonna need for the challenge. And then once you know that, keep digging deeper. There's always more you can figure out about a specific subject area. And if you just go in a Wikipedia like rabbit hole search, you'll find so much information that the Scholars Cup actually might test you on around that particular term or that particular guiding question or that particular extra case study at the end. Just keep researching. And a lot of the learning actually comes from this discovery phase where you're looking through everything, trying to pick out details, trying to pick out dates, trying to pick out correlations, connection. A lot of your understanding comes from that dig. I'd strongly suggest you dig through the subject areas completely because that'll just enhance your understanding even more. And number 3, something I did not do in the glow round, which was a big mistake and one of the main reasons why my team did not do as well as we wanted. You have to do at least 3 practice debates and creative writings right before the competition. I strongly suggest you, if you can, do 3 a week. How do you do that, you might ask? Simply meet with your team after school or during lunch. You can do a debate there. Just write an essay when you get home. It literally takes 40 minutes. It's not a 5-hour commitment. Just write an essay when you get home, write 2 on the weekend, go over it with your teacher, review, practice, increase your clarity like Maxime talked about. And then leading up to the competition, try doing maybe 1 a day, 1 debate and 1 writing a day. And just meet up with your team, talk about it, talk about how you can improve your writing, about your debate. And if you do that a lot leading up to the competition, especially like months leading up, you'll be in such a good position. Although I just told you the secret to doing extremely well in the Scholars Cup, especially with those 3 things you have to do before any competition, around 90% of you watching aren't gonna do any of them. And if you're that 10%, I'd strongly suggest you start doing them as soon as possible, because the more time you have before leading up to TOC or before leading up to any WSC competition, that's more time that you have to actually grow your skill. And one of the most important things I've ever learned from reading tons of books, literally reading 1 book a week and listening to podcasts all the time, most important thing I learned is that to achieve something extremely great, something that you want to achieve, you have to keep growing your skills. And it's something I say all the time. You have to keep practicing, keep experiencing, keep learning, keep asking your professors for feedback on specific works. And if you keep growing your skills, you will be extremely good at debating and creative writing. So practice those 3 things leading up to the competition and you'll have incredible success. I hope this video is helpful. As you might have realized, I'm not talking to my alpaca today because he was very annoying last time. You know, I love you, J5. Like, I love him. Like even Groot. I mean, Groot, I think he's just sleeping right now. Like, I'm Groot. Yeah, exactly. And I know it's early in the morning. And as I said at the beginning of the video, the podcast is coming out soon, and that's gonna help you so much. And you can find me on TikTok. I post daily videos there, at least that's my goal, and Instagram. You can check those out in the description down below. I hope you found this video helpful. Again, submit your questions in the comments down below or send them to me through DMs at Instagram at Joaquin Revello in the link down below. I read all of my DMs, all of my comments, and until next time, stay productive. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.